Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to yet another episode of North American Muslim Foundation Senior Talk, funded by New Horizon. And we are in conversation today with Mr. Abdul Hamid Lakhporia. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fine, thank you.
How is the drive coming all the way here?
Well, you've got to be very careful in this weather.
Absolutely, for sure. Yes, so, sir, please tell our viewers about your landing in Canada. I believe you have come from you have come quite a while ago now.
I landed in Canada on, I think, the 6th of June 1968.
Wow.
I sailed from Cape Town,
oh, you sailed?
South Africa, my wife and my 2-year-old son.
Nice, mashallah.
After a 21-day journey at sea, we landed in Montreal.
Wow.
I spent a few days there with friends. Okay. And then we took the bullet. Those years they had the bullet, the train.
Oh, all right.
Yes, from Montreal to Toronto. And I've been in Toronto ever since.
Ever since? Since 1968?
Since 1968,
mashallah.
Yes.
So you have actually seen the city growing.
I've seen the Muslim population grow. I was an integral part of the group who bought the first masjid in Toronto, Old Church, in Boston Avenue.
Okay.
That we named the Jami Mosque.
Right.
And I was imam there for a time. And I saw the Muslim community grow with all the hardships. Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala guided us to where we are today. Today, Alhamdulillah, we have over, 110 masajids. And 98 musallas just in the city of Toronto.
MashaAllah, what a success for Muslim community.
Yes.
And when you came to Canada around at that time, how many Muslims did you find then?
Oh, well, we had a directory that we started.
Okay.
And we had something like 57 names on that directory.
Wow.
And we used to meet on in an area close by, it's at where we had ended up buying the property for the Jami Mosque.
Right.
And we used to meet there on Sundays.
Okay.
And people used to bring the food. We used to have lunch together. We used to give the children a quick madrasa lesson.
Wow,
and
mashallah.
This is how we started, you know, and alhamdulillah.
That's amazing.
With persistence,
for sure.
It grew and it grew and it's still growing, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. So, sir, please walk us through how, when you landed first here in Canada, did you find the other communities welcoming you, or did you?
Very much so, because in the 60s, I think, because of our brown skin, we were a novelty in this country. You know?
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
So it was beautiful. You know, the rental for a home was $150.
No. Wow.
Our pay was $75 a week.
Okay.
And our groceries for a week, for a family of 4, our meat and our groceries, $35. There were no Muslim butchers.
Right.
There was a farmer up in Malton. He used to have sheep, and we used to go buy sheep there, and he used to charge us $25 for a whole sheep.
Oh.
And we used to slaughter the sheep, we used to clean it, cut it in 4, and we come home and we butcher the stuff ourselves.
Wow. That's some experience that you must have
gone through. Bread was 21 cents a loaf.
Well, there you go.
You know.
Wow. So when you came here and when you started this Jamia Mosque, and you were able to see a diverse Muslim community coming in?
Very much so, yes. When we bought the mosque, of course, we didn't have the funds.
Right.
The late King Faisal, may Allah bless him, he donated 150,000.
Okay.
We bought the property from the United Church of Canada.
Right.
And we renamed it the Jami Mosque. And from there it just took off and it grew.
MashaAllah.
And then, of course, the Medina Mosque shortly after that was started.
MashaAllah.
So we had a mosque now. Prior to that, we used to pray Jummah at Hart House at the university.
Okay.
They opened up a hall for us on Fridays.
Right.
For whoever could come for Jummah, we came. And of course, those years, I remember after we bought the Jami Mosque, the first night of Laylatul Qadr, we had a Jamaat of 19. 19 people. And food was supplied. We stayed the whole night in the masjid.
Wow.
You know, and very the beautiful memories of those days.
MashaAllah,
it was hard,
sure.
but alhamdulillah, you know, we sort of stood fast, and Allah Ta'ala guided us every step of the way.
That's amazing.
And today you look at the Muslims this has been a success story of Islam in this country.
For sure, no doubt about it, especially coming from your experience, who are the pioneers of starting the Muslim community here. It's such an experience to share with you today. So please tell us, that because you guys bought a church, was there a conflict that you ever felt turning that mosque into, that church into a mosque?
You mean conflict from the community?
Yes.
None whatsoever.
Nothing at all.
Because that church was standing vacant for about 5 years.
Oh, is that
as
so?
a direct result of lack of congregants.
Right.
So the United Church of Canada, you know how Allah Ta'ala works in
For
strange
sure.
and mysterious ways.
Absolutely.
There was a brother from Pakistan who had a butcher in that area. And we wanted to have Eid Salat for Eid al-Adha.
Right.
And of course we had no hall. So this brother said, look, there's a vacant spot across the road from his butcher. Let's just go and have our Eid Salat there.
Okay.
And we made our Eid Salat there in the open. We didn't even know who owned the place. We just went. And we had our Eid Salat. And it started snowing.
Okay.
A bus passing by. One of the passengers in the bus is a reporter for the Telegram, the Morning Telegram newspaper.
Right.
He saw these Muslims praying there, and he jumped off the bus and he came and he stood there until we finished our salat.
MashaAllah.
And he took a lot of photographs.
Right.
And he put it in the paper. And the following morning, the moderator of the United Church of Canada is reading his morning paper. And he sees this article, Muslims praying in the snow.
Oh,
and
wow.
he contacted the newspaper, and he made contact with the reporter who published the story.
Okay.
And this is how we got contact, and this is how Allah Ta'ala works. He said, well, I'd like to have a meeting with these Muslims.
Wow.
So we had a meeting with the United Church of Canada. And of course, they wanted to know how much money we had. We had no money.
Right.
So the late Ayub Qureshi, may Allah bless him, and another brother, Naim Sheikh, and I, we decided, let's have a dinner. So we went to the Kensington Jewish Market. We slaughtered 35 chickens. We just, the three of us, donated money.
Right.
And we said we're going to have a fundraising. And we collected, alhamdulillah, $14,000.
MashaAllah.
So we went to the United Church and we told them we had 14,000. He said, no, we need a lot of more zeros behind.
Obviously.
So of course one brother said, you know, there was some hassle, there was some politics that crept in with, between us and the Albanian community. And they said they are the bona fide speakers for the Muslim community in Toronto. And of course, they sent us a lawyer's letter. They wanted the money.
Interesting.
So of course, we gave them the money. And of course, long story short, I'm not going to go into all the nastiness that happened. A brother said, look, my father and the late King Faisal, they are very good friends. And he went over to Saudi Arabia and he came back with 150,000.
MashaAllah.
And we took the money to the United Church and we paid it. And alhamdulillah, we had our
And
first
the rest
masjid
we
in
know
Toronto.
is all history.
It's
wow.
all history.
MashaAllah, that's amazing. And from the Jamia Mosque, we go all the way to Medina Mosque. Is that
No,
so?
after that I left and I became the Imam in Talimul Islam.
Okay.
They are in Rivalda Drive. That's, and I think, because I had to travel from Toronto, but then at the same time I also worked for a construction company. And my company sent me to Iraq.
Okay.
When I was there, we were building the Basra petrochemical complex.
MashaAllah.
And of course, the war broke out between the 20th of September that year, 1980.
Right.
4 Iranian jets flew over and they bombed our job site and I came home.
Oh.
Yes, I came home and I got a job. I worked for 3 days a week.
Okay.
And the other days of the week I gave to the masjid. And I served Talimul Islam for 18 years. And from there, I joined up with the York Region Islamic Society, and I was Imam there for 14 years.
MashaAllah.
And, you know, I used to travel every day. So coming back, I said, no, I'm sick of all this traveling now. And I spoke to Farooq. He said, look, we need an Imam. I said, I'll give you one Jummah a week.
Right.
So I consolidated my monthly Fridays between 4 masjids. Masjid Qurdaba, Masjidul Al-Kalam, and what's the other masjid? I did Ahmad Didat Center. They've closed down now because the owner of the property passed away.
Right.
The property was sold. And Masjidul Al-Kalam and Sunatul Jamaat. So that's my 4 Fridays.
MashaAllah.
And then I used to do Laylatul Qadr. I still do. Those years, incidentally, if a Muslim had to get married, there were no Muslim marriage officers.
Right.
You had to go to City Hall, book your appointment with them, get married according to civil rights, and then after that they get a certificate. They came to me, and then I performed the nikah, and then I applied for my own license.
Okay.
And I think up to over this last 50 odd years, I've lost count of how many nikahs I have
I'm
performed.
sure.
I had one last Sunday.
MashaAllah, that's amazing. So your journey all the way till today,
Alhamdulillah.
it has been like you now that you're doing Jummahs for 4 mosques
4
now.
mosques. No, but since COVID came,
Yeah.
we're praying, up till today we're still praying in a garage with the Jamaat of 14 or 15.
Still,
Yeah,
wow.
still in, because I haven't been traveling, and Farooq knows my reason for not coming here since COVID, because I couldn't drive, you know, unless
Right.
of course. But, you know, it's like a long road for my recovery, but Alhamdulillah,
For sure.
I have faith, inshallah, it'll come to pass.
Inshallah, for sure.
Yeah.
So your pandemic time, when it started, from that time to, we'll say, the end of pandemic, which was last year,
Right.
how have things been for you? Were they a little difficult for you? Were you struggling, or?
Well, I was
things
struggling just with my eye.
Right.
But nevertheless, I continued doing my Jummah.
Right.
There was one stage, I think over a 3-week period, I went something like 14 times to the Eye Institute.
Okay.
Because my eye seemed to have, it came to a standstill where there was no, how should I say, progress.
Right.
But Alhamdulillah, you know, take my age in consideration. How old would you think I am? I'm 82 years old.
MashaAllah.
And I'm still going, and Alhamdulillah, you know, I'll continue doing what I am.
You don't
what
really
I
have
love
to
doing.
say that. You don't
And
really love
I
that.
also, I share my Jummah khutbah
Right.
with over 1,200 people all over the dunya, all over the world.
MashaAllah.
And every Thursday I send out my Jummah khutbah.
Wow.
I made it out
that's
too.
Amazing.
I have people all over the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So during pandemic, when you had this problem with your eye,
Yes.
well, were you given any kind of government support
No.
to help you?
No, I didn't ask for government
You
support.
never
No,
approached
I
for
didn't,
government
I
help.
didn't, no.
Okay, but were you aware of any of the government?
Yeah, there are, especially when you with your eye. And you know, first of all, I underwent a slight operation. I had cataract surgery done,
Right.
and for the first time in almost 55 years, I don't wear glasses. Despite the fact that I have my problem with the right eye, still don't. I can read Quran now without my glasses,
MashaAllah.
which I still do every morning, Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
And but no, I didn't apply for any.
You didn't really require the
Because I
NIDA.
was satisfied with. I'm surviving on my pension, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, all right. So the government is providing you with the pension.
I do get my pension.
Right, that's
yes.
amazing. Has anyone ever approached you from the government sector for any kind of aid or support?
No, not really.
Nothing.
No.
And you also did
Because
not.
my treatment at the Eye Institute is free.
It's
too,
free,
so
right,
yes.
right. Obviously.
Yeah.
And it's because of your senior citizenship, or because of the pension, or?
No, it's just that, you know, I'm comfortable. I say, Alhamdulillah. When I was
Right.
working, you know, you have to build a little nest egg because, you know, it's for a rainy day and
for sure.
Alhamdulillah. And my wife is still working. She works for a chartered accounting on special projects.
Okay.
She's also a senior, but she goes in when, like towards the end of the year, she'll work 4 days a week.
Right.
And for as long as they need her.
For sure, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
So alhamdulillah, you know, it's just 2 of us now. Our children are all married.
That's amazing.
And I have my oldest son, he's a movie director.
Okay.
And my second son is a principal of a high school.
Mashallah.
And my youngest son works in construction.
Wow. And now that we have come to the end of the pandemic, I would say, we are trying to relive our old days. Are things easier for you as a senior?
Alhamdulillah, like I say, I'm not complaining over anything, you know, because, you know, when I look around us and see what's happening through the Muslim Ummah in different parts of the world, we say, alhamdulillah, we are much better off than them, you know.
Alhamdulillah.
You know, there's this incident, it's always at the back of my mind. When a man came to our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam complaining, he said, Ya Rasulullah, tomorrow is Eid, and I don't have a new pair of sandals on my feet.
Yeah.
But I bought a new taub, kurta.
Right.
So the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, thank Allah ta'ala for that. You at least have a new thobe for the day of Eid.
Absolutely.
So with that, the man thanked the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and left. And on the morning of Eid, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam met the same man, came to greet him. And the man was in an old thobe with all patched up. Okay. And he said, what happened to your new thobe you bought yesterday? He said, Ya Rasulullah, yesterday I came to you and I complained, I cried to you because I didn't have a new pair of sandals for my feet until I met a man who had no feet.
Okay, see.
So we are thankful to Allah Ta'ala for all our blessings.
For sure, for
sure. We must be, we must.
Thank you so much, sir. If we are coming to the end of our talk, any suggestions for our seniors?
Well, you know, we are, how should I say, a diminishing bread. You know, I really can't add much to the facilities that have been made available for us.
Right.
I mean, they're not $1 million deal that we're getting, but we must be thankful to Allah Ta'ala, you know, for show me another Muslim country, a Muslim country that gives its people pension.
Okay.
It's non-existent.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. You are a truly big asset to our community, not just to the Muslim community, but the community overall.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers, for listening to our conversation with Mr. Abdul Hamid Lokporia. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I will be seeing you, inshallah, in the next episode of North American Muslim Foundation Senior Talk, funded by New Horizon. Your host, Tathir Abbas, I bid you farewell. Take care of yourself. Khuda Hafiz.